Week 14 lineup logic with Billy. I'm going to run you real quick through a GPP lineup and cash lineup that I'll be running out this week. First, I'm going to start with my cash lineup. At quarterback, I have Matthew Stafford. I feel he's really safe this week. I think we saw what he can do when he gets a plus matchup. You got to realize it's a really tough schedule up to this point. So with a plus matchup last week, he put up a really nice stat line. I think he provides that same kind of safety as well as upside today. I think you can run him out in a bunch of cash lineups and feel comfortable with that. And running back, I'm going with Eddie Lacy, who has probably the best matchup on the board at running back. Everybody's going to be on the wide receivers and Rodgers. I think Eddie Lacy has the best matchup and has potential to put up 2 touchdowns this week. Depending on the health of Rashad Jennings, now you'll have to do some tweaks if it comes out that Jennings is going to play, but I kind of get the sense that he's going to be very limited if he plays at all. So I like Andre Williams is actually a pretty good play this week at 4,400. It's really safe in my opinion at that price. If he's expected to get 15 to 20 touches. At wide receiver, I'm pairing Calvin Johnson up with Stafford. Again, you saw what those two did last week, so I think you can feel very comfortable running them out as a cash game stack there. Landry's been Jarvis Landry's been a target monster the last couple of weeks. He gets up against one of the worst pass defenses in the NFL, if not the worst. I think he's a lock for 6 to 8 catches, 80 to 100 yards, and possibly a touchdown. Charles Johnson's become the number 1 guy in Minnesota. He gets a really favorable matchup in the Jets. Bridgewater seems to look to Johnson as his safety valve as well as his downfield threat. I like him a lot at only 3,300. Kelsey against Arizona's, who struggles against tight ends. I think he's pretty safe there. I don't know if he's going to score you a touchdown, but he might get you 5 catches. And he does have the potential to score because if anybody does score on that team, it's either Charles or a tight end. Now at flex, I actually feel all right filling this out in a cash lineup because with the injury to Ellington, Stephon Taylor's going to start. So he's going to get the bulk of the touches. He's going to get all the goal line work to get down in the red zone. They're without Ellington. They're without Fitzgerald. So I think Stephon Taylor actually is a good part of the game plan this week. So I like him at 3,300. And then defense, I'm going to go with the Broncos. Buffalo offense just doesn't seem to scare anybody really. And I like the way the Broncos play defense for the last couple weeks. They're getting everybody healthy. Okay, for my GPP lineup. Now, I might be crazy with this one, but I went with Dalton at quarterback. Pittsburgh is allowing the 4th most touchdowns to quarterbacks passing on average on the season, and they lead the NFL the last 3 weeks, allowing 3 a game. So I think Dalton could throw for 3 or 4 this week, and he definitely could throw for 6, as we've all seen that happen before. So I like him. I like Isaiah Crowell. I think they're going to run the ball a lot in Cleveland and try to keep Luck off the field. The blueprint is to run on Indianapolis. They have a leaky run D. So I like Crowell there. Lacy, we've already talked about. I think he makes a fine GPP and cash game play. So I'll be plugging him in a lot of lineups. At wide receiver, I'll be pairing Dalton with Green. If Dalton throws for 3 or 4 touchdowns, Green's probably going to be on the end of at least 2 of those. So I really, really like the upside there today. Odell Beckham Jr., we all saw what happened last week. 6 passing touchdowns against the Tennessee Titans. Beckham's a stud now. He's under 8K. I like him for possibly a touchdown or 2 this week. Mike Wallace going up against Baltimore. We've already talked about it. Baltimore's very, very leaky pass defense. They're really banged up. He looked really good last week. Tannehill was looking his way a ton. I really like what he could do this week at 52. Kyle Rudolph. New York Jets are really, really bad against the tight end. And Rudolph got involved last week. I think he's back to about 100% now. He's going to be playing on the majority of the snaps. He's a good big red zone target. I like his upside as a possible 1 or 2 touchdown guy this week. Marquise Lee is slowly becoming the number one there in Jacksonville. Houston does not have a strong capacity. Houston gets up early. Jacksonville will be throwing the ball a ton. Probably will be anyway. And so I like Lee's upside this week as well. And defense, we talked about Arizona on the other side. Bad quarterback, without number one receiver, without the number one running back. KC's defense is pretty good. I just like for the Chiefs to create some havoc there, a couple sacks, possibly an interception, touchdown, fumble recovery touchdown, stuff like that. So those are my lineups. Good luck this week. Talk to you next week.